Hi, my name is Ken Hill, and this is my submission to the IJA tutorial contest. I'm going to use a technique called the X catch. And what's wonderful about the X catch is my style is nunchucks. I use nunchucks a whole lot. I also tend to use other props, but this is my specialty. But you can use this concept for just about any prop. The idea of an X catch is essentially you're using the space in between your hands to create a rotation point. Here's what it's going to look like. That is an X catch right there. I like it because when you're in a show and you're going fast and furious, you can just throw in the X catch. And it just kind of, what? What should I just see? I like the illusion that it creates. The X catch is very quite simple to do, and once we do it, I'm going to show you how you can apply it to other props as well. Very briefly though. The X catch, in order to do it, what you need to do, first, well, have a nunchuck, and next, you take your right hand and you grab it really close to the chain, okay? I'm going to say the back of my fist of my right is pointing up towards the sky or the ceiling. My left hand is doing the exact opposite. It's pointing down towards the floor. So my right hand, ceiling, left hand, the back of the fist points towards the floor. Now I'm going to pull my right hand slightly down, like this, okay? So what's going to happen is I'm going to start moving horizontally and the backs of my fists should meet each other. If I keep going, of course I can't because I'm holding on to the chucks, but if I keep pulling that direction and I open my hand, that pull is going to cause it to rotate across itself and unwind itself right back into your hands in this alternate catch. And if we pull it backwards, it'll be the same. Now I'm going to try this as slowly as possible to kind of show you how it looks. So here's what it looks like without the chucks. Here's the biggest mistake that I usually see when people do this move. Your hands never change their facing. So if this is pointing towards the ceiling or the sky and this back of my fist is pointing towards the ground, it always does the entire time. Open my hand, close it. Open my hand, close it. If you do the X catch and you miss the catch, stop and see where your hands are. If they're tilted sideways, if it's moved at all besides their original facing, then you're overcompensating. This whole thing is really a leap of faith. If you have that leap of faith, it's going to be a real easy move. If you don't trust that it's going to unwind in your hand, it's going to be a very difficult move. It's that simple. You open your hand, you cross it, and you close it. Now, this concept does not have to be just with hands. For instance, see how the back of my fist kind of stops it from underneath? I can do the same thing with my elbow, for instance. I'm not going to get into that too much. I just want to show you this concept to show you that you can do X catches just about anywhere. X catch. X catch. X catch. X catch. So now I'm going to demonstrate it with the staff, and you'll see the same thing applies. Back of the fist towards the sky, back of the fist towards the floor, pulls over, goes straight through that negative space, like that. This may leave you in an awkward spot, but what's nice is you can just rotate the plane, and you have a nice little overhead spin. So real slowly, here, and then we can rotate it however we want. For the double staff, I find it a little bit trickier. What I'm doing with the double staff is using one of the staves like my hand would be. So if I have my right staff on top of my left and I have it straight towards the center line, it's going to act the same as if my hand were here and I was doing that move. Except this time, I'm putting it here on top of this staff, like so. So again, if I put this down, my hand's here. Nope, it's my staff. Bam! I'm going to do the same movement, but watch what happens. It coils around like that. This can create like, I started working on this interesting new style that you can do with X catches with the double staff, because then, of course, you're kind of stuck, but you can rotate it down like so. So I have this cool little combo that I can show you. X catch, X catch, X catch with your leg, flip it over, X catch it back. If you look really closely, you'll notice that I was using my leg in the same way that I was using the staff, which is the same way that I was using my hands, as you always have one going up and one going down, and they're pulling in opposite directions. and that space in between is what's causing it to flip.